What's going on, guys? Joe Potch here. Welcome back to another video. So as you can see by the title of the video, I wanted to talk about something a little different today. I wanted to talk about depression and anxiety and things of that nature. Now, fortunately, right in the beginning of this video, I want to say that I don't have any of those things. I don't think that I have depression. I don't think I have anxiety whatsoever, so I'm pretty fortunate in that regard. But I wanted to talk about it in terms of seeing other people having it and how to help people, and sometimes though knowing that maybe sometimes there isn't a way to help them if they're doing everything they can do. So I want to get right into it and say that I have experienced a lot of sadness in my life. I wouldn't say a lot, but I've experienced some form of sadness in my life, and it's gotten to the point, very rarely, but it's gotten to the point sometimes in my life where I was like, am I depressed? Am I truly depressed? And come to think of it, I don't think there was a time in my life I was ever actually depressed. Now, there were times in my life where I was very, 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 very down and very sad, and I might have thought that was depression. But, I've looked it up before, and I've done some research, and people who are depressed usually say that depression feels like nothing. Like you're in a void, or you're in this tunnel, can't see the light, you can't find the light. There is no way out. It's like this void, and you feel nothing. Right? There's no feeling. There's no emotions. You just feel empty. You feel like nothing. Now, again, I don't have depression. I mean, even if I did, I certainly don't feel that bad in everyday life. But I don't think I do. I definitely don't think I do. And I've definitely talked to some people who have depression. I've definitely seen some videos about depression, and I've looked it up, and a lot of people say that it feels like nothing. I don't know if depression feels like sadness. People take their own lives when they're depressed, and don't get me wrong when I say this, but I mean, if you feel like there's nothing, I don't know if there's any sort of sadness associated with depression, because a lot of people are just saying it feels like nothing. You don't feel anything. It's like sadness, you feel a deep emotion of whatever, your grief, anger, sadness, whatever is synonymous with sadness. Depression, a lot of people say they feel like they feel nothing. They feel nothing, and I've never had that experience, or I've never had that sensation in my life where I felt nothing. I've always felt something, some sort of emotion: sadness, happiness, grief, whatnot. I mean, those are basic human emotions that everyone goes through. So I want to get right into the advice, because I think I'm not qualified to give advice to people who are depressed or anxious or have anxiety through their daily lives. But the one thing that I can say for people that are going through something or that have depression or anxiety is two words: hold on. Because it may seem like the end, it may seem like there is no way out, it may seem like whatever you're going through, or the stage you're in right now, you're depressed, whatever you're feeling, it may feel like that is eternal, and you may honestly believe that there is no way out and that you will be suffering forever. I mean, people take their lives every day because of depression, because of anxiety. But a lot of people even because of sadness, because of being bullied. I can't imagine. I'm pretty sure sadness and bullying is nowhere near as bad as depression. So to take your life over bullying and sadness and whatnot versus depression, I mean, depression must be bad, because we know sadness and bullying can be really bad. So things synonymous to depression, or things that people take their lives over, it's horrible, and it's just bad. And I've talked to people before. I'm not going to give out any names, but I've talked to people who are depressed before, and they feel like there's no way out, that there's no hope, and that's a lot of times, sadly, why people take their lives, is because they feel like there's no hope. They feel like there is no way out. They feel like they are stuck. They feel like they are stuck, and they can't move, and they can't get out, and that's it. That's what they feel. Now, I'm sure depression has other things that come along with it too, like actual sadness and actual anxiety and anger and whatnot, whatever you may feel, because we're humans. I mean, you have depression, you may feel nothing at the time, but I'm pretty sure you've experienced sadness and whatnot in your life. So my tip is hold on. If you just hold on and know that things get better, and they do, because there's always going to be that next thing in life that makes you happy again. There's always going to be something that cheers you up. There's always going to be something that pushes you to go forward. So my advice is hold on. I would never give up, and you are worth it. Don't take your life. Don't consider it. Don't contemplate it. Just hold on if you can. I don't have depression. I don't have anxiety. I don't know what it's like to deal with those things. I don't know what it's like to experience it so badly that you want to kill yourself. And thankfully, I've never had suicidal thoughts ever. I'm grateful for that, and I'm a very happy person usually. I'm happy right now. Nothing going on, nothing bad going on. But I wanted to say, hold on, because I just heard yell. That was funny. I wanted to say, hold on, and to never give up. That's something you hear though all the time. You probably hear that all the time is don't give up, hold on, don't lose hope, all these sorts of things. But it's true, because there have been times where I didn't want to kill myself, but where I just didn't want to do anything. There were times in my life where I wasn't motivated to do anything. I didn't want to go to the gym. I didn't want to eat, or anything. I just want to lay down because sadness and going through stuff. But it does get better, and it may take months, it may take a day, it may take a year. I don't know how long it's going to take, because your situation is different. Everyone's situation is different. Everything that anyone goes through is different. So if you can hold on and you can find hope or motivation for something, and even if you can't find hope or motivation for something and you feel empty and lost, just hold on. Hold on in the midst of that chaos and that void that you're in, and know that you'll come out eventually and everything will be okay eventually. I don't know how long it's going to take. I just mentioned that. It may take years. It may take you 10, 20, 30 years. Now it seems like an absolutely abominably long time for someone to be depressed, for someone to be hurting, for someone to be broken. I went through some bad stuff recently the pain lasted for months, and it felt like forever. It felt like an eternity. But things get better. They do. You just have to hold on. And it takes a while. Usually when you're going through something big or you have depression or anxiety, those things don't just cure overnight. Those things just don't magically disappear. So you got to hold on. And I'm telling you, you are strong and brave, and I know you can do it. I know you can do it. And don't give up. Just please don't give up, because I'm not saying that a reason you shouldn't kill yourself is because your family would hurt. I'm very strong on explaining my reasons and why you shouldn't, that this isn't a reason for some things. I do that a lot when I'm talking about serious topics. It is not a reason to not kill yourself because your family would hurt. It is a reason to not kill yourself because you're worth it and you can make it through it and you're strong and you can do it, and you don't need to kill yourself. Life is beautiful when you get past these humps. Now, again, there are people out there that I'm sure just suffer so badly with depression and anxiety. Again, I was saying, I don't know what it's like to feel that extreme sense of depression or anxiety. So I'm not biased, I would say, but it may seem a little repetitive for people that are going through that to say, don't give up, because they're thinking, well, you don't know what it's like to go through it. You don't know how bad the pain is. Now, there have been times in my life where I felt so much pain that, like I said, I wanted to lay down. I wanted to sleep. I just didn't want to be awake. And that's not suicidal. Let me get that right out of the way. That's not suicidal or anything. It's just you're dealing with so much stuff. You don't want to deal with it in the midst of your consciousness, so you go to sleep. And it recesses for a while, and then you wake up, and it hurts. One of the worst things about dealing with things, depression or anxiety or whatever, is that I think it's usually, it hurts when you wake up too. Going to sleep may be a relief for a lot of people. I remember when I was going through something months ago, like I mentioned, that all I wanted to do was sleep and lay down. I didn't want to go to work. I didn't want to lift. I barely wanted to eat. I would eat. It would make me sick. It would make me feel, it's horrible. It is a horrible feeling, and you feel like you are not going to escape. You feel like that it is going to last forever, and that there's no hope for anything to get better, but it does get better. And again, you eventually just don't want to get up. You don't want to wake up. You just want to sleep for a bit. Not suicidal. Again, let me reiterate. That's not my suicidal thought. I've never had suicidal thoughts, but it's just you don't want to be awake because it hurts. And sleep was a big help for me when I was going through whatever I was going through, because when you go to sleep, that pain goes away for an hour, 2 hour, 3, if you're taking a nap, or like 8 hours, 10 hours, however long you sleep, and you you wake up and then it hurts again. And that's honestly a downside of trying to sleep off the pain, is that when you wake up, it hurts so much more. Because when you go to sleep, I don't know if you've experienced this before in your life, but when we sleep, you might be going through something, you might be sad about something. And when you sleep, you don't really forget about it, but it gets put in the back of your mind. And then when you wake up, you realize, you feel that hurt, that tightness in your head. You remember what you're going through. You remember what you just went through. You wake up and you're like, yeah, I have depression or whatever. And it just swarms you again. And it just eats you. And it's horrible. That's when I say when I was going through sadness and when I was going through pain, it would hit tenfold, 10 times over when I woke up. Because it was it recessed for a while when I was asleep. And then when I woke up the next morning, if I took a nap, whenever, when I woke up, it would hurt 10 times more because I forgot about it for a little bit. And then it came back and it just drags you down. It just grabs you by your flesh and it just pulls you, and you feel like, you just feel bad. You just feel so bad. And, mental pain, I'd say, is way worse than physical pain. You get a scratch, you get a cut, you get hit with something, you get a bruise, you break a leg, you break an arm. Those things heal, and that pain is gone forever. That specific type of pain when you specifically got injured, whenever. Mental pain is totally different because it does not go away for a long time. And there are studies done that show that mental pain reflects physical pain. Mental pain is almost a physical pain, because there are studies done. I don't know how to explain it, but mental pain and physical pain are synonymous, and they work with each other because mental pain is a physical pain in some sort of way, is what studies have found. There, I got it out. I finally got it out. I didn't know how to explain it. But hold on, and don't give up. And for years and years and years, I don't know how long it's going to take you, but if it lasts years and years, weeks, months, it's going to seem like forever, and every day is going to suck. I'm just going to put it out there, especially if you have to wait thousands of days for your pain to vanish. But I promise you, everything gets better. You just have to wait. I've been through, I'd say, real hurt and heartache and sadness. I've been through real, sincere heartache and sadness, like bad. I've been through maybe 2-3 times in my life. And it does go away. Now, I don't think the pain goes away forever. Mine has reduced minimally. One of those moments in my life with really bad pain has gone away completely. The pain has gone away. But I'd say some things like passing of a family member, or your dog, or getting rejected by college, even something, that pain maybe doesn't vanish. Maybe you're always you're a little bitter over it, or you're always just, even though it's been years and the pain is mostly gone, there's always some sort of, if you think about it, you recess into sadness again. Or you think about it and you get worried, or you get sad, and maybe you get depressed again. Now, again, I don't know what it's like to have depression or anxiety. I'm fortunate in that regard, but I'm sure the people that have it, they're not having fun, because everyone talks about it. It is a painful, painful thing, and I'm glad that I'm not experiencing it, but I feel bad for everyone that has it. I feel bad for people going through anything, whether they do have depression or anxiety, whether they don't, whether they're going through something that's absolutely just terrible, because I care for people. I care for this world. That, I think, the people that think like me and I think like other people, we have a good view on the world, and we just have hope, and we see the good in things. I've seen the news. I've seen events that happen to the world. This world is terrible. I'm just going to put it out there. But I look for the good in things, and I don't look for the good in the bad, is one thing I don't do. If I know something's bad, I know that thing is wrong, I'm not going to say, oh, well, that happened, that was good that happened, or 9/11, well, at least, or, something that's bad generally is bad. I look at it with realism and a deep perspective of honesty, and I know that it's bad, and I don't really try to, I do find good and bad things, but if it's, I would say, bad for a purpose, then, or a reason, it's bad, at least 6,000 people didn't die, or 12,000 people didn't die in 9/11, or at least more people didn't get shot up in that school, or at Sandy Hook, or whatever, or, there are always things to be grateful of when bad things happen, or whatever you're going through. But I believe that if you're going through something bad or sad, embrace it, and face it head on, and you can get through it. So that is it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, and do whatever. I don't really want to leave on the like, comment, subscribe. You can if you want, but this is more of a serious talk. So do whatever you want. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Remember, stay hopeful and just hang on.